Ladies and gentlemen, stop talking, stop posting, stop announcing every move you make. Real lions don't roar before the hunt. They move in silence and eat in peace. If you're serious about success, stop broadcasting and start building. Because the loudest person in the room is usually the weakest. Winners work in silence, and the results speak louder than any words ever could. Listen to me. The problem with too many people today is that you want credit before you've even done the work. You want applause before you put in the grind. You want people to recognize you for potential, not results. But life doesn't reward potential. Life doesn't care about your intentions. Life rewards execution, and execution doesn't need an announcement. You've got to learn how to work in silence. Do the things nobody sees. Build when nobody's watching. Train in the dark. Study when everyone else is asleep. Sacrifice without needing recognition. Because if you really want to shine, your work will put you in the spotlight. You don't need to force it. The greats, listen carefully. The greats don't talk about what they're going to do. They just do it. Kobe didn't post every off-season workout. He just showed up and dropped. Serena didn't broadcast every practice session. She showed up and dominated the court. You don't need to explain. You don't need validation. You don't need approval. What you need is grind. Working in silence means you're focused. You're locked in. You're not distracted by likes, comments, followers, or applause. Because applause doesn't pay your bills. Likes don't build your legacy. Followers don't build your future. Work does. Discipline does. Consistency does. You've got to decide right now, do you want attention or do you want results? Because you can't chase both. If you chase attention, you'll get likes today and be forgotten tomorrow. But if you chase results, the world can't ignore you. When your work is undeniable, people will find you. They'll respect you. They'll come to you. Understand this. Silence is your weapon. Silence protects you. Silence keeps you focused. Silence forces you to stop wasting time telling everybody your next move and actually make the move. Stop telling them your dreams. Stop telling them your plans. Put your head down and work in silence. Because at the end of the day, the results will speak. And when the results speak, you won't have to say a word. The power of silence. Listen to me. Silence is powerful. Most of you don't understand this. You think silence is weakness, but it's the opposite. Silence is control. Silence is strength. Silence is discipline. When you can stay quiet and put in the work, you're telling the world, I don't need your approval. I don't need your attention. I don't need your applause. I just need my grind. You've got to stop talking about what you're going to do. That's wasted energy. Every time you post about your goals, every time you tell 10 people about your dream, you're letting out energy that should have gone into the work. Talking doesn't get you closer. Only execution does. Listen, there are two types of people. The ones who announce they're coming. The ones who just show up and dominate. Which one are you? The ones who talk too much usually don't have much to show. The ones who work in silence, they're the ones you never see coming. They're the storm that hits before you even knew the clouds were gathering. You want to be a storm. You want to be undeniable. That happens when you grind behind the scenes, when nobody is clapping, when nobody knows your name, when nobody cares what you're doing. That's where greatness is born. Don't get it twisted. Working in silence doesn't mean hiding forever. It means you're building, you're stacking, you're sharpening your sword in the dark so that when it's time to step into the light, you're unstoppable. And here's the truth. The people who doubted you, the ones who overlooked you, the ones who laughed at you, silence is how you make them eat their words. You don't argue with them. You don't defend yourself. You don't explain yourself. You just grind. And one day, your results walk in the room before you do. Your success becomes the loudest voice in the building. So hear me well. If you wanted to change your life, stop trying to convince people. Stop trying to prove yourself to people who don't matter. Work in silence. Let your results scream. Silence builds champions. Listen to me. This is where champions are made. Not in the spotlight, not under the cameras. Not when people are watching. Champions are made in the dark. Champions are made when the gym is empty. Champions are made when nobody knows your name. See, you don't understand. Everybody wants to shine under the lights, but very few want to sweat in the shadows. Everybody wants recognition, but nobody wants repetition. Let me say it again. Everybody wants recognition, but nobody wants repetition. But repetition is the key. Doing the same grind over and over again when nobody is clapping. That's what separates you. You think Kobe just walked into the NBA and started dropping Sir? No. He was in the gym at 2 a.m. when everybody else was asleep. You think Michael Jordan just woke up the greatest? No. He got cut from his high school team, and instead of complaining, he went to work silently, relentlessly. You think Beyonce just walked on stage and dominated? No. She rehearsed until her feet bled. Silence built her. Work built her. That's what silence does. Silence is where you strengthen your foundation. Silence is where you build your character. Silence is where you find out if you're real about this dream or if you just like the idea of it. Some of you talk about greatness, but the moment nobody's looking, you slack. You cut corners. You take days off. You're only disciplined when someone's holding you accountable. That's why you're not there yet. That's why your dreams still feel far away. Because greatness doesn't need an audience. Greatness is self-driven. Greatness is fueled by vision, not validation. You've got to get addicted to the silence. Fall in love with it. Appreciate the grind nobody claps for. Love the fact that nobody sees you yet. Because when you're hidden, you're dangerous. Nobody knows what you're building. Nobody can stop what they can't see. Listen, when you're in silence, you're unpredictable. The world doesn't know what's coming. And when you finally step out, it's too late for them to stop you. That's why you've got to guard your dream in silence. Build it brick by brick. Guard it like it's life or death. Don't give people the chance to talk you out of it. Don't give haters the fuel to tear it down. Don't give doubters the satisfaction of seeing your struggles. You keep that between you and your grind. You keep that between you and your discipline. And you keep that between you and your God. Because hear me, when you work in silence, your results don't whisper. Your results roar. And once your results start speaking, the world can't unhear it. Stop talking. Start building. Listen to me. Too many of you are addicted to talking. You love saying what you're going to do. You love telling people, just wait till I drop this. Wait till I launch that. Wait till I blow up. No, stop talking about it. Start building it. Talking feels good. It gives you that little hit of dopamine. It tricks your brain into thinking you've already accomplished something. That's why you brag about your plans before they even exist. You tell the world, and the world claps for you, and suddenly you feel satisfied without even taking a step. That's dangerous. That's why most people never make it. Real builders don't waste time on words. They let the hammer swing. They let the brick stack. They let the foundation rise. And when it's ready, everybody sees the building. You don't need to announce construction. When it's done, it will be undeniable. Think about it. Apple didn't tell you about the iPhone 5 years before it came out. They worked in silence. They built behind the scenes. And then boom, they dropped it and the world stopped. Same with Tesla. Same with Nike. Same with every powerhouse brand you admire. They didn't ask for applause during the grind. They unveiled excellence when it was finished. But some of you keep broadcasting the blueprint before the first brick is laid. And guess what? People steal your ideas. People doubt your ideas. People laugh at your ideas. You wasted time defending yourself instead of building yourself. Hear me. Stop trying to convince people. Stop trying to prove to everybody you're working. Stop posting fake grind on Instagram. Real hustlers don't need to film it. Real hustlers don't need a selfie in the gym. The sweat, the consistency, the discipline. That's the proof. The results will speak for you. And let me be real, you don't owe anybody an explanation. You don't owe them the blueprint. You don't owe them updates. You owe yourself execution. You owe yourself consistency. You owe yourself results. The loudest person in the room is usually the weakest. The one who talks the most is usually the one grinding the least. Don't be that person. Be the one they overlook. Be the one they underestimate. Be the one they don't see coming. Because when you finally arrive, it's too late for them to catch up. It'll work in silence. Build in silence. Sacrifice in silence. And when you show up, they won't just hear you. They'll feel you. The discipline of the dark. Listen to me. This is where most people quit. The silence. The dark. Right? The grind that nobody sees. The lonely hours where it's just you, your vision, and your discipline. That's the part nobody posts about. That's the part nobody celebrates. But that's where legends are made. Everybody loves the highlight reel, but nobody wants the hidden work. Everybody wants the championship, but nobody wants to practice when it's woo a.m. Your body's tired and your mind is screaming to go back to bed. That's why only a few people reach the top, because only a few are disciplined enough to survive the dark. Let me be clear. Discipline is doing what you said you would do long after the mood you set it and has left you. Anybody can grind when they're motivated. Anybody can work when it's exciting. But can you still work when it's boring? Can you still grind when nobody notices? Can you still push when it feels like nothing's moving? That's discipline. That's silence. You've got to learn how to fall in love with the dark. You've got to learn to appreciate the nights. You're studying when everyone else is partying. You've got to love the mornings you wake up before sunrise when nobody even knows you're awake. You've got to find pride in being the one who works when the world sleeps. Listen, this is how you separate yourself. While they're posting about the grind, you're actually grinding. While they're talking about sacrifice, you're actually sacrificing. While they're looking for validation, you're stacking victories nobody knows about yet. And don't get it twisted. The dark doesn't last forever. The silence won't always be there. There will come a time when your work can't be hidden anymore. Your results will expose you. Your success will reveal you. But that only happens if you master the discipline of the dark. So hear me. Stop craving attention. Start craving discipline. Stop craving applause. Start craving growth. Stop waiting for somebody to notice you. Start building something they can't ignore. Because when you learn to work in silence, you become dangerous. You become unpredictable. You become unstoppable. Let the results talk. Listen to me. You don't have to defend yourself when you've got results. You don't have to argue with your doubters. You don't have to clap back at your haters. Your work, your success, your results, they'll speak for you louder than your mouth ever could. You see, too many of you are wasting time trying to prove people wrong with words. Stop explaining yourself. Stop trying to convince people to believe in you. Hear me. Results are the greatest proof. Results shut mouths. Results silence doubt. Results make critics irrelevant. I need you to understand this. When you're truly locked in, you don't even have the energy to argue. You don't have the energy to go back and forth. Every ounce of energy goes into execution. Every drop of sweat goes into the grind. Every breath you take goes into getting better. Why? Because you know the day is coming when your results are undeniable. Let me give you an example. Muhammad Ali. You remember what he said. Don't tell them your plans. Show them your results. Ali could talk, but what made his words powerful was that he had the results to back it up. Without the wins, the titles, the fights, his words would have meant nothing. The results made the words real. You don't need to boast. You don't need to scream. You don't need to tell everybody you're grinding. All you've got to do is show up with results. That's the difference between noise and impact. Noise gets attention for a moment. Impact changes everything permanently. So hear me. Don't waste energy clapping back. Don't waste energy proving yourself to people who will never clap for you anyway. Let your work prove you. Let your results defend you. Let your growth speak so loudly that you don't have to say a word. And here's the best part. When your results talk, they keep talking. Success echoes. Success spreads. You won't have to announce yourself. People will announce you. They'll share your name. They'll chase you down. They'll recognize your value without you begging for it. So stop talking about it. Stop trying to convince. Stop begging people to believe in you. Get back in the lab. Get back in the gym. Get back to the desk. Get back to the grind. Put your head down and work, because when the results show up, everybody else will too. Silence protects your dream. Listen to me. Sometimes silence isn't just about discipline. Sometimes silence is about protection. You got to protect your dream. You got to protect your vision. And the truth is, not everybody deserves to know what you're working on. Some of you talk too much. You tell everybody your moves. You tell everybody your goals. And then you wonder why you're discouraged. You wonder why you feel drained. You wonder why you're second guessing yourself. It's because you gave your dream to people who were never qualified to carry it. You've got to stop announcing every step. Not everybody clapping for you is happy for you. Not everybody listening to you wants to see you win. Some people are secretly hoping you fail. Some people are waiting for the chance to remind you of your mistakes. And some people will use your own words against you. That's why you keep your dream close. That's why you build in silence. Look, Joseph in the Bible told his brothers his dream. He told them he would rise above them. And what did they do? They threw him in a pit. Not because the dream wasn't real, but because they couldn't handle it. That's the danger of speaking too soon. When you put your vision in the wrong ears, you give people power over your destiny. Silence keeps you safe. Silence keeps your dream protected while it's still fragile. When a seed is planted in the ground, it's covered for a reason. It's not exposed to everybody. It's hidden. It's watered in silence. It grows in silence. And one day, it breaks through the soil for the world to see. That's you. That's your dream. But if you dig it up too soon, if you expose it too early, you kill it before it has the chance to grow. You've got to stop looking for applause at stage one. Nobody claps when you're planting seeds. Nobody claps when you're watering the soil. But if you stay patient, if you stay disciplined, if you stay silent, the harvest will come. And when it does, people will clap whether they like you or not. So hear me, protect your dream. Guard it. Keep it in silence. Work on it in silence. Water it in silence. And when the time is right, the results will show and nobody will be able to deny it. Silence creates legacy. Listen to me. Working in silence isn't just about the grind today. It's about the legacy you leave tomorrow. Because here's the truth. Talk fades, trends fade, hype fades. But legacy lasts. You can spend your whole life talking about what you could do. You can post, brag, announce, and chase clout. And people might clap for you for a moment. But the moment passes. The applause dies down. The world forgets you. But when you put your head down and grind, when you work in silence year after year, when you sacrifice without needing credit, that's when you build something that lasts beyond you. That's when your name carries weight. That's when people speak your name in rooms you've never entered. Think about Martin Luther King Jr. He didn't go around trying to convince people he was great. He went to work. He put in years of sacrifice, discipline, pain, and silence. Now, decades later, his name is still alive. That's legacy. When you chase attention, you might get remembered for a week. But when you chase results, when you live in discipline, when you grind in silence, you get remembered for generations. So hear me clearly. Don't live for likes. Don't live for class. Don't live for temporary recognition. Live for impact. Live for growth. Live for legacy. And legacy doesn't need a microphone. Legacy doesn't need a stage. Legacy doesn't need a crowd. Legacy is built in silence, brick by brick, action by action, sacrifice by sacrifice. And one day when you're gone, your results will still be speaking. Work in silence, not just for the applause today, but for the respect tomorrow. The silent separation, listen to me, silence separates you. The ones who make it and the ones who don't. The difference is simple. The ones who made it stayed locked in when nobody cared. They stayed consistent when nobody clapped. They kept showing up in the silence. See, silence creates separation. When everybody else is busy talking, posting, bragging, you're working. When they're chasing attention, you're chasing growth. When they're wasting hours, you're stacking hours. That's the gap. That's the advantage. Let me explain. While they're out there proving they're grinding, you're actually grinding. While they're arguing online, you're building offline. While they're looking for validation, you're stacking transformation. That's why silence is dangerous, because you're pulling away from the pack without them even noticing. Think about it like a race. If you keep looking around, bragging, waving at the crowd, you slow down. But the runner who keeps his eyes forward, who keeps his head down, who doesn't worry about the noise, that runner creates distance. That runner wins. Some of you are losing because you're too focused on being seen. You want people to notice the grind instead of focusing on the finish line. You can't chase the crowd and the crown at the same time. Choose one. Hear me. Silence is not punishment. Silence is preparation. Silence is where you create so much separation that by the time they notice you, it's too late for them to catch up. You've got to decide right now, are you willing to separate yourself? Are you willing to miss out? Are you willing to be overlooked, underestimated, ignored? Because if you are, I promise, the day will come when silence turns into success, and success will speak louder than you ever could. Work in silence. Create separation. And when it's time, the results will put you in a league of your own. Silence demands respect. Listen to me. Respect isn't given because you ask for it. Respect isn't handed out because you post about the grind. Respect comes when you deliver results so undeniable, people can't ignore you. And that respect, it's earned in silence. See, the reason some of you don't get respect is because you keep talking. You keep telling people, watch me, I'm about to blow up. But you don't follow through. You don't finish. And every time you open your mouth without producing, you lose credibility. People don't respect words. They respect work. You want respect, then let your silence become your strength. Let your silence sharpen your focus. Let your silence force you into action. And when the work is done, when the results show up, you won't need to beg for respect. It'll be automatic. Listen, nobody respected Tom Brady when he got drafted. He backed Jody Stolf. Nobody respected him when they said he was too slow, too weak, not athletic enough. But Tom didn't argue. He didn't fight back with words. He got in the film room. He got in the gym. He put in years of silent grind. And now he's the GOAT. Respect didn't come from his mouth. It came from his rings. That's the formula. Stop begging for respect. Stop chasing recognition. Put your head down and work. Because once you show results, once you dominate, once you deliver, respect will chase you. And hear me, respect gained through silence lasts longer than respect demanded through noise. When your actions speak, people listen differently. They listen with conviction. They listen because they see the proof. So stop wasting words. Stop chasing validation. Stop demanding recognition. Work in silence. And when it's time, respect will follow you everywhere you go. Silence tests your hunger. Listen to me. Silence is the test. Silence will expose how hungry you really are. Anybody can grind when the spotlight's on them. Anybody can grind when the coach is watching. Anybody can grind when the cameras are rolling. But can you grind when nobody's paying attention? That's the question. See, silence strips away the applause. Silence strips away the validation. Silence strips away the comfort. And when all that's gone, the only thing left is your hunger. Are you hungry enough to keep going when nobody claps? Are you hungry enough to sacrifice when nobody notices? So, are you hungry enough to stay consistent when it feels like nobody cares? This is what separates winners from pretenders. Pretenders need attention to fuel them. Winners fuel themselves. Pretenders need people cheering. Winners keep going even in silence. Think about LeBron. You don't see all the hours in the gym when the lights are off. You don't see him putting millions into recovery, stretching, therapy, nutrition. That's not on TV. That's not on Instagram. That's silent hunger. And that hunger is why he's still dominating after Earth's years. Silence is where you find out if your dream is real. Because if you only grind when people are watching, you don't want it bad enough. If you only work when there's an audience, your dream isn't a dream. It's a performance. And performances end. But hunger lasts. So hear me, silence is not the enemy. Silence is the opportunity. Silence asks you one question. Do you want it or do you kind of want it? And the way you answer isn't with words. It's with grind. It's with discipline. It's with consistency. If you're truly hungry, silence won't stop you. It will drive you. Because the hungriest don't need the lights. The hungriest don't need the crowd. The hungriest don't need the recognition. They just need the grind. When silence turns to victory, listen to me. This is the moment you've been grinding for. The moment when all the hours in the dark, all the lonely nights, all the sacrifices nobody saw finally pay off. Because silence doesn't last forever. If you stay consistent, silence always turns into victory. But here's the truth. You don't get to decide when. You don't get to decide how long the silence will last. Some of you are in year 1, year 2, year 5 of silent work, and you're frustrated. You're saying, E.T., I've been grinding, I've been working, I've been sacrificing. Why hasn't it happened yet? Let me tell you why. It's not your timing, it's your preparation. The silence is building you. The silence is preparing you. The silence is shaping you into someone who can handle the blessing when it comes. Because the last thing you want is for the opportunity to show up and you're not ready. So don't quit in the silence. Don't get discouraged in the silence. Don't mistake silence for failure. Silence is the setup. Silence is the training ground. Silence is the test before the testimony. Guys, and when that victory comes, and it will come, your results will speak louder than anything you could have ever said. The people who doubted you won't need an explanation. The people who overlooked you won't need convincing. Your success will make the announcement for you. But hear me. Victory isn't just about proving people wrong. Victory is about proving yourself right. Victory is about looking in the mirror and saying, I stayed in the dark. I trusted the process. I worked in silence. And now I'm here. That's the reward. That's the legacy. That's the power of silence. So my final words to you, stop talking. Stop announcing. Stop begging for applause. Get back to the grind. Stay disciplined. Stay hungry. Stay consistent. Work in silence. And one day, your silence will turn into victory. And the world won't just hear you, they'll feel you. Now listen, don't just let this speech be background noise. Don't just get hyped for the moment and then go back to old habits. Take action today, right now. Shut your mouth, close the app, and get back to work. If you're serious about changing your life, if you're serious about building your dream, you've got to commit to working in silence starting today. Stop telling people about it. Show them. Stop talking about what you're going to do. Do it. And when you're ready for more fire, when you need that extra push, come back here. Replay this. Let it remind you of who you are and what you're capable of. But don't just listen. Apply. Don't just clap, execute. Don't just dream, grind. Work in silence. Let your results make the noise. Now go eat.